I'm on the road traveling, Bitcoin doing some traveling of its own as it enters the apex of a key symmetrical triangle pattern that we've been tracking on this channel the next 12 to 24 hours. So crucial for Bitcoin. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on the way in. Thank you for 80,000 subscribers, by the way, everybody. Let's jump into the Bitcoin video. So here it is, Bitcoin playing out on the charts. What's funny is I have like another 9 hours or so, 8 to 9 hours of driving. And in that time frame, it is so critical for Bitcoin right now on this hourly chart as it approaches the apex, closing in on 24% to the apex of the symmetrical triangle that we've been tracking on this YouTube channel. Here's a quick look from a clip the other day, 2 days ago, on the 16th. I'm gonna have to timestamp this. This is probably the most important thing, is the lower trend line touch swing low to the upper trend line touch swing high. This is the most important support area. This is the true Fibonacci support, and this is 33,900 or so down to 32,200. So everybody, this played out almost perfectly. And if you remember when I did that video, Bitcoin was like, it was cruising right in the middle of this triangle. And I'm gonna actually go to the 6 hour. I don't have a big screen right now like I do in the studio, so this is gonna take some getting used to. This is the 6 hour. We can zoom in, we can see this a little bit better, but look how this has played out. From when I did that video, Bitcoin just really right in the middle of this symmetrical triangle, leaving everybody guessing. And since then, Bitcoin has really tested that support area from that swing low to swing high. Look at this just yesterday. And this was as I was actually driving yesterday, driving all day. Bitcoin wicking down, touching the 618 line of that Fibonacci support area. And just to give you an idea, that bounce that we recently got, just about 10% in the last day, which is good for Bitcoin. You want to see that. You want to see support. It's continued consolidation. It's almost no surprise. What it is it's just another higher low in the symmetrical triangle. Good thing is we didn't break down through the bottom of that symmetrical triangle, because then we'd be talking about Bitcoin needing to break back above, and huge resistance there. So what is up now, right? Like what's going on? Well, this is critical time, everybody. And I know I'm putting it in the thumbnail, 12 to 24 hours or whatever, but this is it. This is 12 to 24 hours in terms of just strictly technical analysis. We're looking for a break now. Now, 74% to the apex right around here. This is considered the 19th on this chart. It could be a little sooner. It could be a little bit after. But historically, 74% based on the data that we use on this channel, taken from Bulkowski on the patternsite.com. I use a lot of his stuff, and I want to be completely transparent about that. It's been so consistent. This data. So 74% to the apex, we're approaching it. And what are some things that we can look for now? And this is critical area, more on the midterm. This micro chart is really going to translate to the midterm. If we look at this daily chart, we've been talking about this 20-day moving average, right? You can see this green line. And really, this is the area Bitcoin just keeps bouncing off of, even after these dips, right? Here was a big dip in November. Bitcoin sees support, right? Here was one in the beginning of January. Here was the most recent one not long ago, like a week ago. Bitcoin keeps bouncing off this 20-day moving average. If this symmetrical triangle fails, and this is what it looks like on the daily chart, if that fails and we break to the downside, our next support, everybody, is down here at the 50-day moving average. Now, historically, that's even more of a relevant kind of long-term area to watch on the Bitcoin charts. Now, that 50-day moving average currently around just below 27,000, right? 26,800 or so. And if we kind of zoom out on this daily chart, and this is what I want to show you, and I'm painting the case for potential continued consolidation in the midterm, and that doesn't have to be ultimately bearish. But if you go all the way back, and I'm going to go all the way back to the last bull market, and let me zoom out here. So here's Bitcoin in the last bull market. Here's how it operated, everybody. Very similar to the current Bitcoin move, right? Entering the bull market and exploding into the bull market. But look at Bitcoin. These huge swing highs ultimately coming back down, not only testing the 50-day moving average, this blue line, but falling below before continuation to the upside. Now that happened over and over again, right? This first dip right here, and I know I'm kind of zoomed out, but you get the point on this daily chart. This first dip shortly after Bitcoin entered the bull market. Bitcoin entered the bull market right around January back here on the charts, and you can just see first dip, continuation, second, third, right? And that 50-day moving average truly being tested. So if we go all the way back here, and I'm trying to break down a very real speculative scenario, I'm not going to sit here and just do hype videos all day. That doesn't serve me. That doesn't serve you. This is a potential just area for Bitcoin. It's down here. And not only testing it, but breaking below it briefly. Now, the case for that, right? The case for a move like this, and I'm not trying to scare anybody or be bearish because I'm so bullish on Bitcoin right now, but the case for that lies on this very chart, and that is Bitcoin with its symmetrical triangle as we test this apex now, just chilling down here around $23,000 target to the downside. Now, this is what it would look like playing out on the screen on the daily chart, breaking below the 50-day moving average, and then ultimately we'd look for a bounce back above that 50-day moving average. What we're looking for is truly macro consolidation, and that's what that would be. But right now on the kind of more zoomed in charts, you can see Bitcoin just testing this 20-day moving average, and there's a case, everybody, for Bitcoin to kind of continue to the upside, right? And remember, the target to the upside, bullish target for Bitcoin out of the symmetrical triangle, above $50,000. So right around $53,000, $54,000 up here. So Bitcoin very well could break to the upside. Again, we're looking for potential resistance around $42,000, maybe coming back down, testing this trend line. We always look for the apex to be tested of symmetrical triangles before continuation. And in the process of Bitcoin doing something like that, we could see Bitcoin putting in now an even larger pattern, an ascending triangle that we've been speculatively watching for Bitcoin. And these things have speculatively, these things we've been speculatively watching have truly been coming to fruition, right? We looked for structure as Bitcoin was coming up here, and we got it. And potentially we have, a very bullish target, 53,000 to the upside. And this next 12 to 24 hours, everybody, extremely important. The bottom trend line right now on the 6-hour chart sits below Bitcoin right around $34,000. $34,000, an incredibly important area for Bitcoin. But remember, just above 38,300 for Bitcoin. And right now, as I do this video, Bitcoin just hanging out right in the middle, kind of like what it was doing last time I did a video. So Bitcoin's not helping me at all in terms of, giving you a decent idea of support or resistance being tested, but we're close to both as Bitcoin is finally consolidated into the symmetrical triangle, 5% or so away from the upside, and then to the downside, we are around 5% or so to the downside. So that move can happen like in the matter of minutes. So be very aware on the Bitcoin charts today. One thing I want to point out to you, everybody, on the weekly chart, Bitcoin, just look at this, continues to consolidate on this weekly chart. We tested this 1618 line on the macro long-term charts. Here's our bull market doors, the 618 to 786. This 1618 area, so important, Bitcoin tested. Currently, just to remind you, that sits around 30,200. So no matter, even if Bitcoin does come down in the short term, and breaks out of the bottom of this trend line and hits this target into the 20,000s, we want to see on the macro chart a bounce and continued trading for Bitcoin above this 1618 line. Ultimately, on the macro, that is what is so important for Bitcoin. But we're going to get our answer soon. Is Bitcoin going to hang out here in overbought territory? It's obviously a little consolidation right now, similar to what happened here. And this was, I guess, beginning of December, end of November. Are we going to get consolidation here for continued upside? Everybody, that's what I'm watching on Bitcoin charts. I want to do a quick update for you. I truly appreciate you cruising by. Thank you for being patient. The screen is probably a little different than when I'm in the studio. Doing my best, but I'll try and set something sweet up when we get to our final destination. I appreciate you. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. We're getting close to 100,000 subscribers. It's very exciting. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.